I'd say two things. So the first one is culture. We have a modern business culture, which above all else is a focus on execution and values. So, if you want to build a great business, you must have the right people with the right values, and you must empower them. I hate that word, but empower them to get on with their jobs. You've got to be the opposite of sort of big bank corporate culture, which is these people almost.
Just to pick apart on that, you said you hate that word empower. How do you do that?
Well, let's talk about how the incumbents would do it. Most of the big banks, not all, but most of them. The people who rise to the top of the big banks, and again, most of them, not all of them, are sociopaths basically. So they rise to the top because of their sharp elbows, their turf wars, they're basically politics and backstabbing. So the kind of people who rise to the top, generally, not always, they tend to be motivated in their careers by the wrong thing, right? It's about power, it's about authority. You cannot build a great business on those principles. And actually, you can go back decades to know this is true. So there's a very famous business book called Good to Great. Now, I didn't read it for a long time because I assumed from its title it was some rah-rah American bullshit book, right? It's actually the opposite of that. It is American, by the way, but a team had got together and spent 3 or 4 years studying the data of the companies that sustainably beat the indices in America and begun to look at the shared characteristics. And it turned out to be very counterintuitive. You would assume that those that outperformed over decades were in sexy sectors. Not true, any sector. They had humble leaders. They had a very clear sense of vision and direction. They didn't worry about giving staff canteens or beanbags or ping pong tables. What they found is colleagues are motivated by a clear direction of what they're meant to be doing and given the authority to actually go and be trusted to go and execute. And basically those people that don't share the right values, so they may be amazing at sales, but they don't have the company values, are dealt with. Yeah. So there's zero tolerance of values. Almost like a balanced scorecard view of people, right? It's not just about delivery, it's about you and your contribution to the wider culture. We have a very clear sense of direction. We have our North Star, and we will very commonly say, right, if you're facing a decision, you don't need to come and ask us, does it match the North Star? The North Star is to be the most recommended business bank.